Hello, everyone. It's Dana, and I am joined by three and maybe more of the women who have joined me in the past, either in Bath, England, and or Florence, Italy, for the Rediscover Your Spark travel experience. And I'm so excited to have them on because, I can talk about why this work matters, but that might feel a little suspect to you. It's much more interesting to hear why it matters to the people who've said yes.
I loved being able to have dedicated time that was away from people who I love, like my children, who are wonderful. But as a mom of two busy kids, you just don't get that time.
Mhm.
It's very hard to get that time for yourself. And it's very hard to find that time to make that time for yourself too. And this forced me to make that time for myself. And it's been absolutely invaluable. It's been exactly what I needed. And has given me clarity that I would not have had I not started doing the spark work.
I'm in a different place in my life because I retired and I'm trying to kind of figure out what can I do for the next 10 years and how can I kind of reimagine my life and what are the sparks that are in me that I could still work with and develop. And so for me it's been invaluable too. And I love the fact that we've gotten to know each other as
Mhm.
individuals on the trip, and we kind of just coalesced. It seemed like we all got together really well. It was a lot of fun in that respect too.
Just I loved hearing what the others had to say, and then it
Mhm,
helped you sort of process your own thoughts. And we came
exactly.
from, different lives, different perspectives,
Mm,
um, and just the trust that came pretty easily, but
mhm,
worthy,
yes.
definitely worthy.
Mhm. And I
Yeah,
like the mix of ages too. I mean, in
I was
Bath we
just gonna
had
say, I
we had
like
different
that too.
ages too,
Mhm.
which really I think helps. I learned so much from other ages, whether they're older than me or younger than me. They really just help me see, like you say, Amy, different perspectives, and that just helps me to grow.
This has been so wonderful for me because I came to the spark work really not knowing what I had no concept of what I was going to get out of it. I was pretty sure I didn't have much to add because I mean, I'm in my mid 40s with two kids, and I'm a housewife a good chunk of the time and work part time. Like, what that is the most boring story in the world. What can I bring? And I also kind of came in thinking, well, I've got my purpose right now. I'm a mom, and it's not completely fulfilling. It's lovely, but it's not completely filling my cup up. But it's just where I'm at in life. And I've come away the last couple of years of doing this thinking that, gosh, there's a lot more that I owe to myself to dig in
Mm.
and explore here. I am Yes, I'm a mom. Yes, I'm a wife. Yes, I'm a friend, but I can also really pay attention to me too. And it's okay to do that. And it's okay to ask myself some questions about what I want and how I want to get there. And it's been so great to realize that. My family has made we're making some real lifestyle changes as a result of this smart work, and long lasting impacts that it will have on all of us. It's positive impacts. It's really, really great. So we're really happy that we're all growing, I think, as a result of this work. It's not just me.
I think was a fairly intentional person before, but having gone through, the phases that you're just describing, Laura, would be being even more intentional than before.
I just have to put in the plug that it was transformational because Laura is my daughter, for those that don't know or will be watching this. And so it was really interesting to have that dynamic as well. That we were mother and daughter friends, but yet, we were learning about each other too throughout this, which was kind of interesting since we have a lot of distance, physical distance between us, that we don't get
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
just see each other every day.
Yeah. Yeah. That was absolutely a gift too. And to be able to, yeah, continue to grow our relationship, having known you for many years, Mom. There's still
Well,
more there's still more to get to know though, and it's really
Yeah.
fun to get to
Mhm.
support each other as we grow and evolve.
The other thing I like is it helps me to be more accountable because I was speaking in front of her about what my goals and objectives were because I think that's the thing I take the most away from this work, Dana, is helping me really get focused on what I want to focus on personally, professionally, etc., and helping me to articulate that so that I'm having greater success. And by talking about it in front of people you know and love, it definitely helps you to be more accountable. And by putting it on paper, it helps it to be more achievable. And what I'm finding from this is I'm just so much happier. And it's because I'm starting to do those things I've always said I wanted to do. And so it's helped to push me that much further to get to make those things happen.
Ellen, that's the word that one of the words I was going to use next too was that accountability and just in the best way with each other.
Emily, I'm curious to know from you because you're a year and a half out from having been in Bath with us. You've made a whole human since we saw you last, which is a pretty
Wow.
substantial life change. But I'm curious if there are pieces of what you really identified and talked about in Bath.
I think my biggest takeaway though, Dana, has been living with intentionality and being
Mm,
willing and wanting to take risks and take up space, like live big. Don't be afraid
Mhm.
oh my gosh.
to pursue what you want to do and to try
Mhm.
new things, like having a baby. That is
Like
a
making a
huge
human.
risk. Yes. Um, and that was a lot of vulnerability to agree to try for that.
Yeah.
And we did it. And I think now it's just taking it day by day, but thinking about at the beginning of the day or at the beginning of the week, what do I want to, how do like bite size? What do I want to get done? What can I do? What would what would feel good this week? And
Yeah.
trying to tackle it.
It's really great to just be here with all of you and to reflect and realize that there were seeds that I just realized just now that I planted in Bath that I'm now are really coming home for me.
All right, last question. What do you want other people to know about Rediscover Your Spark travel experience?
Well, I really like just what Tammy said about planting seeds. You
Mhm.
know, spark work, you're there and you're concentrated for a few days, but you are planting the seeds that you start seeing in different ways over time. So it's not that it's a like a one and done. You've got a lot of things that you can work with and you can go back to. And I'm just looking back at my notes from Bath. I'm like, wow, you know, did I really write that? And look, you know, look where I've come from there. So the seeds that are planted will help you through the rest of your many, many, many days. And when you start planting your seeds and writing things down, making your goals, and then you go back and look at those, you say, okay, you know, yep, this is where I am. This is where I progressed to. So,
I would say don't be scared to invest in yourself. Um,
mhm,
Mm.
this is it is an experience that is delivered by someone who's skilled and trained in this area. So it
mhm,
comes at a cost. It's not extraordinary, but it comes at a cost. And
mhm,
everyone has their own budgets to deal with, time, work, all those things. It's a lovely holiday. Don't get me wrong. It's a wonderful, joyful travel experience. So that's the icing on the cake. But it is an investment in yourself, in your family, your relationships, your future. And
mhm,
it's something that I think everyone should have. I hope everyone can have the courage to do that again for themselves,
Mm.
this group, and then others too. Don't be scared to invest in yourself. You're worth it.
Maybe to sum it up, like you don't know what you don't know
Mm.
until you try an experience like this. I have shared that, you know, what drew me in first was Bath. I always liked Dana, but we hadn't gotten to do any big project together. But I'm like, I like being around her, and I needed to go to Bath. That was a commitment to my family heritage that I was going to get there someday. And that was beyond anything I was expecting. Just the whole structure of it is just so easy and comfortable. The fact that we all stayed in a house together. And then the nightcap, with Quinn, always super amazing,
Mhm.
exciting, just also to have him be part of our group, and then saying goodnight, going into our rooms. And
It's a fantastic experience, and I think one of the really unique aspects is that you do join a community of folks, and I think, Dana, you've done a wonderful job of continuing to bring us back together. But as folks mentioned, the intimacy that you gain from staying in a house together and sharing your experiences and that vulnerability of sharing what your goals are, I think creates something that is bigger than the experience itself, because you're joining a long-term community that I feel like I could call on any of you, and even if I haven't spoken to you in a year,
Mhm.
we've shared something deep, and I think that that's pretty amazing to have those accountability buddies and champions all over the country.
I loved the experience in Bath because it was the perfect blend of travel, experiencing a new place, meeting new people, but also I felt so cared for and
Mhm.
so welcome and and so much a part of something. And I love the flow and the rhythm of the time we spent there in terms of we had some, focused time where we did some deeper work and then more lighter times where we just had some fun. And there was a casualness and a luxuriousness about it all at the same time. It was like it was just it just fit me like a glove. And yeah, it just had all the right elements.
Thank you all. Those are I so appreciate you showing up to talk about it. I appreciate hearing your reflections on it. It's one thing to create something, it's another thing to hear how it lands for other people. For everybody else, all the information that you need is on the website. I'll get you the link. Check it out. I hope you will say yes. I hope you listened to what they all had to say and that it inspires you to come and take up more space, be more intentional, come and enjoy this experience.